your cuddly teddy bear's shocking dark past. Animal lovers, you need to know this. Hey there, animal lovers and curious minds. Welcome back to FactSpark, where we dig up the juiciest, most unexpected truths hiding in plain sight. Today, we're tackling an icon of pure, unadulterated cuteness, a fluffy friend that's probably witnessed more of your childhood secrets than your diary. The humble, cuddly teddy bear. You know it, you love it, maybe you even spooned with one last night. But what if I told you that behind those sweet button eyes and that soft, huggable fur lies a tale so wild, so politically charged, and surprisingly dark, it'll make you look at your plush pal a little differently? Get ready, because we're about to uncover the dark past of the teddy bear you never knew. And trust me, it's not all rainbows and lullabies. Our story kicks off not in a cozy toy workshop, but in the swampy, bear-infested wilderness of Mississippi way back in November 1902. Picture this: President Theodore Roosevelt, a man who loved a good hunt almost as much as he loved a good speech, was on a bear-bagging expedition. Problem was, unlike his buddies, Teddy hadn't managed to snag a single bear. The press, naturally, was trailing him like a pack of hungry wolves, eager for a headline. Roosevelt was feeling the pressure, probably muttering about bully pulpits and speaking softly while carrying a big stick to himself. So what's a president to do when the cameras are rolling and the bears are playing hard to get? His ever-so-helpful assistants, including a seasoned hunting guide, decided to lend a hand. They cornered a black bear, knocked it out or stunned it, depending on who you ask, and then, for good measure, tied it to a willow tree. They called Roosevelt over, probably expecting him to deliver the grand finale. But here's where our story takes its first, deliciously ironic turn. Roosevelt, being the sportsman he was, took one look at the tied-up, dazed bear and declared it extremely unsportsmanlike and unfitting to shoot such a helpless creature. This act of perceived compassion, this moment of presidential mercy, quickly became front-page news across the country. Enter Clifford Berryman, a political cartoonist for the Washington Post who clearly had a knack for turning a serious moment into a chuckle. He read the story and decided to lightheartedly satirize the president's refusal. His cartoon, published just 2 days later, initially showed a rather scrawny Roosevelt turning away from a bear. But as the cartoon evolved, the bear got smaller, cuter, with big, innocent eyes, a far cry from the real, likely grumpy and definitely bloodied animal. This simplified, romanticized version of events, a compassionate president sparing a cute cub, is what truly sparked the idea for our beloved toy. But here's the first real dark twist. While Roosevelt refused to personally pull the trigger, the bear was not given a happy ending. His assistant actually killed the poor creature with a knife to end its suffering. And get this, the bear was then reportedly eaten for dinner. Yep, your cuddly teddy bear's origin story involves a presidential hunting trip, a moral dilemma, and a bear that ended up as supper. Not exactly the stuff of bedtime stories, is it? Inspired by Berryman's wildly popular cartoon, a Russian Jewish immigrant named Morris Mikdam and his Romanian Jewish immigrant wife, Rose, who ran a small candy store in Brooklyn, had a light bulb moment. They were already making stuffed animals at night to make ends meet. Talk about a side hustle. Morris suggested Rose sew a replica of that adorable cartoon bear. Rose whipped up a plush velvet bear with charming shoe-button eyes. Morris proudly displayed it in their shop window with a sign, "Teddy's Bear." And boom, instant sensation. People weren't just interested, they were practically lining up. Concerned about using the president's name without permission, imagine the Twitter storm back then, they sent the original bear to the White House. Roosevelt, bless his heart, probably thought it was a silly fad, but he gave his blessing. The Mikdams soon ditched the penny candy and founded the Ideal Toy Company, which, spoiler alert, became a massive success. But wait, there's another layer of delicious irony. President Roosevelt himself apparently couldn't abide the nickname Teddy, calling it an outrageous impertinence. Can you imagine? The very name that made him famous, he secretly loathed. He only tolerated the press using it. Apparently only his wife was allowed to call him that. Yet, being the shrewd politician he was, he totally leaned into the bear's popularity, using it as a mascot for his 1904 re-election campaign, proudly displaying Mictam's bears at the White House. Talk about turning a personal pet peeve into political gold. And get this, across the Atlantic, in Germany, a guy named Richard Steiff was independently cooking up his own soft, movable bear in the very same year, 1902. His Aunt Marguerite Steiff's company eventually adopted the teddy bear name, clearly influenced by the American craze. So, it's not just one origin story, but a fascinating global convergence of plushy genius. Now you'd think a cute, cuddly toy would be universally adored, right? Wrong. In 1907, the teddy bear became the unlikely star of a bizarre moral panic. Some social commentators, bless their dramatic hearts, saw this adorable toy as ominous and even a horrible monstrosity. The most vocal critic was Reverend Michael G. Esper of Michigan. He actually warned his congregation that the fad for supplanting the good old dolls of our childhood with the horrible monstrosity known as the teddy bear would lead to falling birth rates and even race suicide. His fear? If girls preferred soft animals over human-like dolls, it would blunt or destroy the very instincts of motherhood, replacing the female urge to nurture babies and ultimately leading to childless marriages. He even found the sight of a girl fondling, caressing, and even kissing these pseudo-animals utterly disgusting. This controversy roiled the country, sparking national debates and even leading to teddy bears being banned in certain places. While most folks probably thought it was absurd, this scare reveals deeper societal anxieties about changing gender roles and the evolving view of childhood in the early 20th century. The teddy bear, an innocent toy, became a symbol of societal change that some found deeply unsettling. Who knew a stuffed animal could cause such a stir? And finally, let's talk about a more modern but equally dark secret our Cuddly friends might be keeping, what they're actually made of. The early 20th century saw a huge shift from handcrafted toys to mass production, where efficiency and affordability were king. Many modern teddy bears, and likely their early mass-produced cousins, are made from synthetic materials like polyester or acrylic, both derived from petroleum. Yep, that non-renewable fossil fuel. The chemical processes to turn oil into fabric release harmful toxins, like ethylene, and contribute to wastewater pollution with heavy metals and toxic chemicals. But it gets worse. Studies have found that plush toys can actually soak up potentially toxic air pollutants. They're often sprayed with flame retardants during manufacturing, and get this, even long-banned pesticides like DDT have been found lurking in stuffed animals. One toy, labeled as made from recycled materials, had an astonishing 67,900 parts per billion of a specific flame retardant, a chemical linked to learning impairments in rodents. At the end of their life, these polyester bears don't biodegrade. They just sit in landfills indefinitely, shedding microplastics that threaten our ecosystems and health. So while we cuddle them, these innocent-looking toys carry a hidden environmental and health burden, a consequence of industrial practices that often prioritized cost over sustainability and safety. Talk about a hidden cost of comfort. From a controversial presidential hunt and a cleverly spun political cartoon, through a bizarre moral panic about race suicide, to the hidden environmental costs of mass production, the teddy bear's journey is far more intricate than its fluffy exterior suggests. It's a powerful miniature of early 20th century America, reflecting evolving media, the complexities of political image-making, significant shifts in societal norms, and the dawn of mass manufacturing with its unseen challenges. So the next time you see a teddy bear, remember its dark past, a story that's anything but soft and cuddly. It's a reminder that even the most innocent objects can hold complex, surprising histories. What do you think about the teddy bear's hidden history? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more surprising animal and history facts, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.